Traveling with the Muses. Welcome to Wayside Travels. I'm Mike Ainsworth, and here I am with my wife Cherry on a recent trip to the Yucatan. We love to travel, but our approach is different from what you hear on almost every other YouTube channel. Our method has served us well, and on this channel, we'll share it with you. It isn't for everyone, but hopefully you will find some things in our videos that will be of value. As you might have guessed by the channel name, Wayside Travels, we like to adventure off the beaten path. This doesn't mean going into remote areas reached after backpacking a long trek into the wilderness, maybe when we were younger. Now it simply means going to smaller cities that most overlook. It means when in large cities, spending a little time at the must see locations that draw crowds, but then focusing on the places preferred by locals. It means trying to understand these places in the context of their role in shaping lives, both past and present. Most importantly, it means traveling with the Muses. My wife and daughter were Muses, members of the New Orleans Women's Carnival crew that has that name. However, when it comes to travel, I'm referring to the original Muses of Greek mythology. The Muses were the goddesses who inspired the arts, literature, music, and knowledge. They gave creative inspiration to poets, musicians, philosophers, historians, and travelers. They got this insight into travel guided by Apollo, who journeyed daily across the sky and knew all the earth. Listen to them, and you will have much more rewarding experiences. What does that mean? Am I asking you to join the religion of the ancient Greeks? No. I'm asking you to trust yourself more, be open to the unexpected, and go with the flow. In short, and probably in contradiction to what just about every other YouTube travel channel will say, be less organized. Does this mean anything goes? Not really, but it does mean do minimal planning. Obviously, if you want to attend a specific event, particularly a popular one, advance booking may be necessary. But this should be the exception, not the rule. Just get a general picture in mind of the types of things you would like to do and fill in the blanks as inspiration hits you on a day by day basis. Our first question each morning is, what do the Muses want to see today? That's where we go. That's what we do. Typically on our trips, we have departure and return dates fixed, as well as a first night's lodging arranged. That's it. Sometimes we even leave the return date open, traveling until budget, commitments, or fatigue demand we return home. When we arrive, we often spend the first day with a local tour guide, the kind you will find on a site like Tours by Locals. This gives us an overview, and then we head out from there. To the greatest extent possible, do not lock yourself into an itinerary that demands you be in certain places at certain times. For that reason, we often don't book a place to stay until the afternoon or evening of each day. Having this flexibility opens up an ability to explore on a whim. Here is an example. We flew into Denver and rented a car. Our intention was to drive north and visit the Rocky Mountains National Park. But it was raining there, and the forecast was for more rain over the next few days. Instead, we drove south, stopping at the Garden of the Gods and other locations with which we had previously been unfamiliar. When we got down to Pueblo, I asked, "Have you ever been to New Mexico?" "No." "Want to go?" "Yes." And we enjoyed days in the land of enchantment that were completely unexpected. But doesn't this cost more? It really depends on how well you use the travel tools available on the internet and how well you manage benefits available under various hotel loyalty programs. It might cost less. But what if it is marginally more expensive? This is another area where our advice will likely be different from other travel channels. The Muses demand their tribute. Don't go the cheapest ways possible. I know many YouTube content providers will advise you on the least expensive way to spend your holidays. We certainly want to get good value and not be foolish with our money, but trying to drive down costs to a minimum also diminishes your experiences. How many times will you be coming back to this location? Isn't it worth a few extra dollars to enjoy it to the maximum your budget will allow? Is it better to have fewer days enjoyed more than more days enjoyed less? We are firmly in the fewer days enjoyed more camp. Our muses often disagree with common YouTube wisdom. Don't skimp on transportation. You don't have to go first class, although it sure is nice, but buying the cheapest cramped coach seat that leaves you arriving tired and aching isn't a bargain. If you can't fully enjoy your first day, you've effectively written off a significant part of your vacation. And let's face it, you can get more money. A day in a place you might never visit again is not something to be squandered. Seriously consider upgrades to business or premium economy status. Anything that doesn't break your budget but makes your journey more pleasant is usually money well spent. Likewise, don't skimp on lodging. Get the highest quality, most centrally located places you can afford. As before, spending less isn't a bargain if your hotel doesn't provide accommodations that allow you to feel safe or rest properly. Chances are you will be doing more walking and physical activity while on vacation than you do back home. You need a clean, quiet, secure place to rest, and it should be convenient. Yes, it is usually cheaper to stay in remote lodging, and that's fine if you are on a trip that is basically touring by car. However, if you are exploring a major city, you don't want to be wasting time getting to the restaurants, museums, theaters, and other attractions that prompted your visit in the first place. Once again, your time is the one thing you can't replace. By now, and this should be obvious, we think the Muses want you to enjoy the arts, visual, auditory, and culinary, to the maximum. Buy the best tickets you can reasonably afford within your budget. Consider one of our recent trips to New York. There are good shows all over Broadway. We could have paid a premium to see the most recent Tony winner, but long-running shows of proven merit were available for less. And don't ignore off-Broadway. Usually those theaters involve walking just an extra 3 or 4 blocks. The actors are often just as good, the plays are entertaining, and venues are smaller for a more intimate experience. We saw 3 great shows with premium orchestra seats for less than we could have easily paid for the second balcony at the hot new thing. But hey, if your muse tell you to shell out big for that must-see performance, listen to her. With travel experiences, one size definitely does not fit all. Remember, your time is your most valuable commodity. In the upcoming videos on this channel, we will give you ways to enjoy your travel time more fully, often by finding overlooked places to experience along the way. Hopefully, you will join us for these adventures and maybe incorporate some of what we have experienced into your own travels. Join us. Click like and subscribe to secure your spot. The Muses will bless you.